If you are a woman over 50 and you see hair thinning every month, I have really something important to show you. Most women believe hair loss after 50 is just aging, genetics, or menopause. But in many cases, the follicle is not dead, it is starving. And blood flow to the scalp becomes weaker. Inflammation around the root increases, and nutrients stop reaching the follicle properly. And slowly the hair becomes thinner, weaker, shorter, and easier to lose. That is why you see more hair in the shower, more hair in the brush, and more hair on your pillow, and less volume every time you look in the mirror. Many women after 50, they just accept it is just a menopause. You buy maybe some kind of anti-hair loss shampoo, you use maybe some kind of mineral and vitamin for the hair loss, and you just accept the situation. But after 26 years of working with the patient in natural medicine, nutrition, and clinical practice, I can tell you this shampoo alone will not solve a weak follicle in the scalp environment is damaged, and hair grows from the root, and the root depends on the blood flow, oxygenation, nutrients, hormonal balance, and the low inflammation. If that environment is poor, the hair cycle becomes shorter and the follicles enter the resting phase too early and shredding becomes stronger. And we right now know a lot of natural oils that really can help with our hair loss, but probably number one natural oil in the world that is scientifically proven and used for the centuries before is gonna be rosemary oil. The number one natural oil I recommend for women over 50 who wants to support thicker looking hair and healthier follicles is rosemary oil. And not because it is a miracle, and not because it is popular on the social media, but because rosemary oil has been used for the scalp health for the centuries, and today we understand why it may help. Rosemary oil supports microcirculation in the scalp, and that means better blood flow around the hair follicle, and more oxygen, more nutrients, and better environment for the root. And this is exactly what you really want to after 50 years and older. You want your hair follicles to grow with proper nutrition, proper natural remedies, a lot more, and this is where the rosemary oil will shine. Why rosemary oil may help the hair follicle? Rosemary contains natural active compound that may help calm low-grade inflammation in the scalp. And this matters because inflammation is one of the hidden reasons hair become weaker after 50. And many women only look at the hair, but the real battle is happening around the follicle. If the follicle is inflamed, undernourished, and poorly supplied with the blood, the hair becomes thin, dry, weak, and fragile. And rosemary oil may help support healthier scalp environment, but only if you use them correctly. And you probably already heard about rosemary oil for your hair, but in most cases you use rosemary oil in different way that you should. That's why I'm gonna recommend you something completely different. Never apply pure or rosemary essential oil directly on your scalp, and this is very important. Rosemary essential oil is highly concentrated. More is not better, and stronger is not better. If you apply it undiluted, it can irritate the scalp, and irritation can increase inflammation, and inflammation can increase shredding. So if your scalp burns, itches, becomes red, flakes, or feel irritated after rosemary oil, that is not a healing reaction, and that is a real warning sign. In this short, what you need to remember, you never ever must apply directly rosemary oil on your scalp. We must dilute them. And how exactly you're going to dilute rosemary oil in the safe and natural way? Listen to me very carefully. Use 1 tablespoon of carrier oil, and my first choice is jojoba oil because it's light and similar to natural oil of the scalp. You can also use coconut oil, olive oil, or castor oil if your scalp tolerates them well. Add 3 to 5 drops of rosemary essential oil into 1 tablespoon of carrier oil and mix it well. Apply gently to the scalp, especially in the areas where the hair is thinning. Massage for 3 to 5 minutes with slow circulatory movements, and do not scratch, do not rub aggressively. You are trying to wake up circulation and the follicle, not to damage the scalp. And when you apply all those beautiful natural oil to your scalp, right now the next step is going to be leave them for the 30 to 60 minutes. And you can use this kind of procedure a couple times in 1 week. Leave it on oil scalp 30 to 60 minutes if your scalp tolerates it well. Some people leave it overnight. But do not start with overnight use immediately. Start slow and watch how your scalp reacts. Then wash it out gently. Repeat this 2 to 4 times per week. And now listen to me very carefully, because it's not where most women fail. The minimum window is 12 weeks, not 7 days, not 14 days, not 1 month. Hair growth is slow and follicle needs time. So it's going to be minimum use this kind of procedure if your hair follicles tolerate and your scalp tolerated, minimum for 3 months. Usually it's going to be much more month that you need, but 3 months is going to be minimum to see improvement in your hair. And rosemary oil is not enough after 50 alone. Now I have to be very direct. Rosemary oil can be excellent natural support, but rosemary oil alone is rarely complete answer after 50. And hair thinning after menopause usually has more than one cause, and you must look at thyroid function, iron and ferritin, vitamin D, vitamin B12, protein intake, digestion, inflammation, sleep, stress, blood sugar and hormone changes. Your hair is not separate from the rest of your body, and hair is often one of the first places where body shows that something is missing. And you use quality protocol is going to be rosemary oil and many other, of course, nutrients. But if you want to learn a lot more what the best vitamins that really can help you against your hair loss after 50, watch my video right here. Thank you for following me. See you next time. Bye bye.